My name is Clint Bruce. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm one of the founders up here at the High Ground. I get to build and lead companies that allow veterans and athletes to transition more effectively from the ball field and the battlefield into the boardroom and to build a breakfast table that we're all proud of. So when I say high ground for hard days, here's what I mean. We talk about this thing called balance. For me, balance is not an equal distribution of effort. Balance is having high ground for hard days. Faith and family and friends remind you who you are, what you're about, and why you started doing the hard stuff when the hard days come, because the hard days are going to come. So when I say high ground for hard days, it's deliberate prepositioning and investment in faith and family and friends and people, places, and programs that help remember who you are when the world makes you want to forget. So for me, hard days, and I think one of the things that's neat about the high ground is it's not about the hardest day or the highest ground. It's about the hard days that happen every day. For me, some of the hard days I've dealt with is on the ball field and battlefield. You tend to put out effort and get a return on effort pretty quickly. In the boardroom, when you're trying to build businesses and close deals and build programs and products, you don't get feedback that quickly. So for me, a hard day is working really hard to build something and know I'm going to have to wait, weeks, months, maybe even years to figure out if that something was worthwhile. So my high ground, I mean, selfishly, I built it here, and it's what we're excited about high grounds all across the United States. Like, we want high grounds to be places where people can either go do something that reminded them who they are or go see someone who reminded them of who they wanted to be. For me, my high ground is this place. If I'm having a hard day, I can go downstairs to the gym and remember some of the things that the ball field taught me, or I can go over to the Ready House or the 360 and remember some of the things that the battlefield taught me, and more specifically the people who taught me those things, because sometimes those people aren't with me anymore. And then lastly, what's really fun is as a guy who's on the boardroom now, to just walk down the hallway and visit with a teammate who's been on the ball field with me or been on the battlefield with me or been in the boardroom longer than I have. That's one of the greatest things about the people we get to work with here is these amazing leaders that come here to find their high ground, and we get to learn from them while sharing what the high ground's been for us. So my name is Clint Bruce, and I know how to get to the high ground.